What else? I guess something else that bothers me, that's hard to talk about, is people constantly giving me a hard time because I'm out doing cool stuff and not with my kids. I mean, most of the cool stuff that I get to do and get to make videos about, I'm trying to do as a job. Most of it's sponsored. Most of it's how I'm making a living. And the other part of the story is, while I did get to see the kids a lot in the beginning, I don't get to see them as much as I should now. And that's been the hardest part of this entire experience for me, not being able to see my kids whenever I want, or whenever they want me to come and see them. That's been hard. And the reality is, going and doing cool stuff and making creative videos and finding things to focus on, to be positive about, has really helped me. It's helped me keep my sanity. It's helped me to find some kind of purpose, because at the moment I'm doing everything within my power to be able to see my kids more. But until that actually happens, it's like I have the option of sitting around my house, miserable, a house that has so many memories attached to it, that the reality is, like, I want things to be sorted out with that house so that I can just have a fresh start and get a new place.
Hello beautiful people, welcome back to another video, and thank you so much for taking time to watch this. So today I'm going to be talking about divorce and just a recent video that I watched of Jamie Perkins, and it really touched me and I really wanted to share my thoughts with you guys. I've spoken about this particular couple before, so you guys can go ahead and watch that video. So definitely stay tuned, like, comment and subscribe, and I would definitely love to hear your thoughts on this specific discussion. I recently watched a video of Jamie on Jamie's channel, and it was basically the kids meeting grandparents, grandma and granddad, and honestly guys, it was so touching. It touched a lot of people actually, just based on the comments, and it just kind of reminded me of a video that he did a while back. It's a few months ago, but about 7 months ago, and he did a video addressing like a lot of the rumors, as we know that they are divorced, separated, they're no longer together. And in that particular video he basically spoke about you know, a lot of the rumors that he was being abusive, that he cheated, that he took the house away from her.
I know a lot of people just want to see me sitting around my empty house feeling miserable, but I'm not going to do that. Like, that house has a lot of memories attached to it that are hard to deal with when I'm on my own. When the kids are there, like, I'm so happy, I'm so full of joy, I'm myself again. But when I'm there on my own, it's not easy. It's not as if I took the house, like people constantly talk about. It was a case of nobody wanted to stay there, and I drew the short stick. And until everything is sorted out with that house, that's where I am. Like, I'm looking forward to the day where I can just rent like a 3-bedroom house with a nice backyard for the kids, and I can start over, I can start fresh, I can make the house feel like my house, because right now it doesn't feel like my house.
I've definitely learned and seen that some people definitely do take sides, and people are very invested in these relationships. You know, people have blamed Nikki, people have blamed Jamie, and honestly speaking, we will just never know the truth because we just weren't in that relationship, you know. What I learned from that video, guys, is that divorce is nasty, and not only is it nasty, but it's just the kids, you know. You know, when he did the video with the kids meeting up the grandparents, like, I literally thought to myself, how is he staying in that big house? Like, I literally felt like when the kids were were out, like you could feel like the emptiness in the house. Like I can just imagine him, you know, being in that house and just him literally every day fighting off, you know, the memories, fighting off like everything that is attached to that house. But obviously, like he did explain before, that he doesn't have a choice being in that house until everything gets sorted. Even when Nikki did her video, she also did mention that it's very hard for her to even step into that house because it does carry a lot of memories. This is somewhere that she had built, this is somewhere that she once called home, and it's kind of like even asking for, you know, making a tea, like everything is literally so awkward. I literally thought to myself, if he didn't have those kids, I think it would be a completely different story. Those kids, like, they're so innocent. Like, one thing that I really like about the situation is that they have come to an agreement to where they can create a conducive atmosphere where the kids can remain happy, and you can definitely see that because the kids are always happy, you know. Whenever they're on video, the kids, they're just like living their life, living their best life. But that video, when I watched that, it kind of made me understand a lot of things as well, because there were rumors that he was cheating, there were rumors that he was beating her, there were a lot of rumors. And to be honest, I personally don't like going off rumors because, you know, it actually damages the person's character like a lot. And sometimes we can be so quick to talk, and we have to really watch our mouths, guys. Like, we have to really watch some of the things that we say, because we just don't know. We don't know because we're not in the relationship. And we have to remember that we only see a certain aspect of that relationship. We don't see the full picture of the relationship. I think the problem that a lot of people have is that the full story is not given. It's only like snippets, especially if you have been someone who has been invested in their relationship. You know, you have watched them over the years, you have helped build their brand and their channel, and then suddenly they separate, and then the two parties only give you snippets and little bits, and it kind of leaves you in a position where you're like, well, what's the truth? Like, what's the real story? And I do agree to a certain extent that if couples have lived off YouTube, being a couple's relationship, and people have grown to love them, I think it's only fair to come to some kind of agreement where you do a video where you actually be a little bit more transparent, and you actually be a little bit more open to actually clarify things like together. And because I think even though they do it separately, like Jamie's video, he did clarify like a lot of things, whereas Nikki's video, it wasn't really that clear. But I think because you both know the industry, like you both know how it works, and you don't hate each other, like there is no kind of restrictions to be with each other, I think it's only fair that you speak on, you give a little bit more. Do you know what I mean? Like, you're a little bit more open, a little bit more transparent, and I think it would definitely quieten or shut a lot of people up, to be quite honest. Honestly, like, divorce, I don't know if anyone is on Twitter, but divorce was trending, and it kind of prompted me to do this video, because I was like, why is divorce trending? You know, divorce is not something that should be taken lightly. I know it's something that is literally like so accessible now. You know, if you don't want to be with somebody, just divorce. I remember I was speaking to a client of mine, and she was literally like, relationships and divorce are literally like contracts. When your contract ends, you can just chuck that contract away and just get a new contract. Like, there is just no, the value on relationships and divorces are not really as prominent as it should be, you know. Like, people just don't care. Like, people don't, especially if you have money to get a divorce, it's like, well, you know, you're not making me happy, so hey, divorce. You know, like, you're not giving me what I want, hey, divorce. Like, it really makes me ask a question, like, can you actually, is there such a thing as actually true love? People, like, is there a thing as true love? Because I know a lot of people in the video that I even did about Nikki and Jamie, like, a lot of people bought the religious aspect of things, obviously because Nikki's video, she did mention God and all of that stuff. But it's like, guys, there is a high rate of divorce even in the church. So what's going on? Like, what is actually going on? Like, honestly, for me, I kind of just feel like people just need to take their time. Take as much time as you need. Take time, but I also feel like, I don't know. Well, what would you say? What would you say for anyone that has been married, happily married for years and years and years and years? Like, what would you say? Because honestly, like, it makes me sad that he's had to do that video and she's had to do that video, and the kids are in the middle. And you know, he shared about how he never got to see the kids as much as he wanted. So it kind of led me to know that there was a lot going on behind the scenes, and possibly it was quite messy. I like the fact that he was respectful though. I like the fact that he was like, you know, don't go to Nikki and bashing her.
I don't want this video to start any drama on Nikki's end. I ask you guys to be respectful to her. I don't want people going and, you know, like abusing her or accusing her of things, because I know how it feels. I also don't think it's conducive to creating a positive environment for our children. I guess that's the video. These rumors is complete BS.
Yeah, I love when a man has had kids with you, or when somebody claims to have loved you but they can still protect you. To me, that's when I know that love has always been there. Because any man or any woman that really loved his spouse or her spouse, you know how much of it was real when he can still protect you even if you did wrong. Do you know what I mean? Like, because I see far too many breakups where it's so messy that they're just exposing each other, they're just bashing each other, they're just calling each other out of names. I'm thinking, you can't do that to somebody that you love. Like, I don't believe that love was actually there. You know, love covers the multitude of sins. So that's love. It doesn't say before you're in a relationship, after. It's just love. Love is a banner. Like, love covers. Like, love does not expose. So I really like that when he said that about the video. Like, it really did say to me that, do you know what, there was actually some love there. I don't know, do you guys think, I don't want to sow any seed that is not true. I feel like if there is love, okay, and if there is a way, there's a possibility that you could still be with that person and you have kids, maybe you should give it a go. But then you shouldn't just be with somebody because of kids. Like, your happiness you should also be happy. But I don't know guys, let me know what your thoughts are. And I just wanted to come on here and share that because I was actually really touched by that video. Like, those kids are so special. God does not make mistake. God is not a God of confusion. Sometimes kids are a blessing. Sometimes kids, they literally are there to keep us going, you know, to shield us from any type of suicide, any type of deep depression. Because when you have kids around you, they just constantly carry that joy. It's hard for you to fall into a depression, because as soon as you want to think about what you're going through, your baby or your toddler, your child just comes to you out of nowhere, and you have to shift your focus. And I think that's one thing that he's definitely had, both of them, is those kids, because those kids are precious, man. But let me know what your thoughts are, guys. Thank you so much for taking time to watch this. Please do hit that subscribe button, like, comment, and I'll see you in my next video. Take care. Bye bye.